Callers will get 44 blue or yellow pills for $120 with free discreet shipping. You can save more than $700 off pharmacy prices. Charge your sex life now and save a ton of money. Call now and get your 44 pills and save over $700 and qualify for free shipping. Stop overpaying and call right now.
Paid for by Steel Man Pills. 800-261-7365. 800-261-7365. 800-261-7365. That's 800-261-7365.
WPLQ Port St. Joe, WGSX Haven. Powered by Panama City Toyota.
ESPN 921.
It's the Coach James Hale Show.
Do you know who I am?
Live and local inside the J. Michaels studio.
People know me.
ESPN Northwest Florida.
Hot tub! I'm full of water! I stay hot tub!
Wake him up, guys. Wake him up.
Hot tub! Hot tub! Woo! Hot tub! I'm gonna make it wet! Stay hot tub! Rubber dub and hot tub! Rubber dub and me! Chilling in the hot tub!
Yeah!
Really make me sweat!
Yeah!
Chilling in the hot tub!
Yeah!
Really make me wet!
Well. And we are live, 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida. If you go on Facebook, I shared James Bryant. Have you seen that Wildcat? I shared it. Jim Bob Durant loved it. It's him on stage, and I forgot the year. And he does a little bit different than he does the album, but the song, It's a Man's World, he got into it, baby. He got into it.
I've seen the live version.
Oh, my God. He can dance.
I forget if it was at the Apollo or something.
I think it was.
Like that.
I think it was Apollo. But he could dance like you would not believe. The guy was incredible. Man, he got into it, and people were going nuts.
Did you hear to see the interview with his daughter about what they went through? Oh, she had a great one talking about. She knew all the he would practice dance moves in front of her, so she would know. So he could
dance. He like Glenn. He could dance like Glenn.
Yeah.
I want to
splits.
I want to talk about you, and we hope you're better. Glenn and I will put some holy water on you soon. Have Larry Pritchett in here.
I should not be here.
He's on a walker. He's on a walker. He really is.
Yep. I'm on a walk.
Wow. We might just put him down.
I know.
They shoot horses, don't they? I mean,
that was my wife's vote.
Well, they said if you shoot the horses, but I went in and shot my horse, and it didn't help his leg at all. So if he don't get better, I'm going to shoot him again. So
the bad part about it was I couldn't carry my jar in. So.
That's right.
Then you got the local. So Chad Mitchell's on the legend, the legendary Chad Mitchell. You know what? Not many people give up their time in their life to do things for other people. This guy, this will be his 25th season
25. Wow.
on the sidelines of Bay County athletes, taking care of them. A legend here in Northwest Florida. Any type of injury, go see Chad. Are you going to go see Chad about your ankles?
No, I've left that to the wife. She's a nurse.
Okay, well, I'm sure you're going to make Chad feel really good about that. Is that rude?
Well, he already told me. He said, forget about it.
He said,
remind me to tell you later why Chad doesn't really care.
I'm not touching that, he said.
He's
on the same page as my wife, and you guys put him down.
We had the Ryan Movie golf tournament Friday. Was outstanding. And guess who won?
You guys won, man.
We won. Our team won. I was the last one to get there, last one to pay my share.
Of course.
Conrad, myself, Conrad Moody, myself.
Taylor Moody, though.
Taylor Moody, state champion.
Right.
And we had, of course, Jason Kovaleski, which can crush a ball. But now the key to this was females tee off a lot closer and use the best ball of the four. And I will say, they never use one of my balls.
I don't think they use anybody else's. Yeah, as far as
she's unbelievable.
She can crank it out there, man. I know it. So.
Well, Taylor Moody.
Yeah.
She is. What a great kid. Yeah. We'll talk more about them. Let's get the local stuff.
All right. First of all, we reached near and far. So, we reached all the way to Springfield, Tennessee. We leaped across the thing. But I want to give a shout out to Dustin Wilson. He's the head football coach at Springfield and the AD. And we appreciate him listening.
You always brag on him. He must be something special.
He is. But you know what? We could have him here, but I don't think he wants to leave where he is. So
I don't blame him.
But
don't come here.
That's right. He does a great job.
Too much traffic.
He's got a great FCA guy, know what, treats the kids correct and holds them accountable. I mean, you know, and they every Thursday before they play, they get out there. The kids help. They decorate the field. You know, put the lines.
How many years now has he been there?
I guess it's 12 or 14. I can't remember. He'll have to text me or something. But
you made 10. You done something special.
Let me tell you what, he does great. Let me tell you, he played quarterback there. But he doesn't look a quarterback now, so I mean, I can't.
Okay, so he played there.
Yeah,
and
and he grew up there.
Cool.
So the only bad thing is he went to Austin Peay. That's the only thing.
Well, just so Jim Scroggins.
Yeah, so did I know that, but he wouldn't know Coach Scroggins because Coach Scroggins was 80 before he was born. So you know what I'm saying. But anyway, well, thanks, Coach, for listening. We appreciate you and go Jackets.
Thank you, Coach.
Yep. All right, now here we go. This is baseball from Friday night. Arnold 3, Mosley 1.
Wait a minute, don't go so fast now. What was that score again?
Arnold 3.
Arnold 1?
Yeah, 3-1 over Mosley. Okay.
Moss tore it up, brother.
Yep.
Huge crowd.
I think he hit a 2-run homer or something like that. Anyway.
So we got the revenge.
We
got Coach. Come on, go ahead.
Yeah.
I'll bring
anyway, all right. So then Walton 2, Bay High 1. This is all baseball, high school.
2,
Rutherford 4, North Bay Haven 3.
Dang, good job.
It was Cottondale 3, Sneeds 2, Ponce de Leon 8, Vernon 6. It was J5, Holmes County 2, Port St. Joe 4, Freeport 3, South Walton 15, Destin 0. Poplar Springs 17, Sampson, Alabama 2, Bluntstown 19, Bethlehem 1, and then Friday night in softball, Marietta was defeated by the Arnold Marlins.
Rick Green, baby.
2-0. 2-0. I think they're 17-2 or something like that now. Also, FSU School 6, Port St. Joe 3. It is Austin Malone 23, Jefferson County 1, Bluntstown 11, Franklin County 10. That must have been a track meet. Liberty County 7, North Florida Christian 6, South Walton 2, Holmes County 0, Freeport 10, Ponce de Leon 5, Tate 3, Niceville 1. Those are the Friday night scores. Saturday, we only have the Arnold played West Florida, and it was 2-1 Arnold in 10 innings. So congratulations.
That's softball. Good job, Rick.
Now, the only thing we had for Saturday scores was baseball. It was Gulf Coast 7, Chipola 4. Then it was Chipola 7 and Gulf Coast 6. And then in women's, Gulf Coast 8, Tallahassee 0, and also Gulf Coast 6, Tallahassee 2. So both they won a doubleheader. Now tonight's game's in baseball. Arnold is at Bay at 6 o'clock. Tonight.
Monday night. Wow.
Monday night. These are all Monday night games. Weewa, this is baseball, is at Monroe over in Quincy. Sneeds is at Graceville. Sneeds hosts Graceville tonight at 6. And Mariana's at Holmes County at 6. And Bluntstown host Colquitt, Georgia. It's called Miller County. In softball tonight, it's Arnold versus Holmes County at 6. Bozeman's at Walton at 6. South Walton's at Fort Walton Beach at 6. Vernon's hosts Bethlehem at 3 this afternoon. And Sneeds versus Graceville. So I think what's going to happen is Graceville's coming over, boys. The baseball and the softball is coming over to play.
So the ones you're going over now are softball.
This is all softball girls right now. And Bluntstown is at Childs at 6 o'clock, and Freeport's at Crestview at 6. Those are all things happening tonight as far as, we know here. And I tried to round up everybody for Monday night.
Is the Bay Arnold, that a makeup game?
I don't know if it is or not. No, I think it is on the schedule. I think the makeup game was at Arnold because of the rain. I think. Okay. So Coach Jones can tell us tonight, sir.
Okay. So anyway, and South Walton baseball, who'd they beat so bad? Did they beat Destin bad?
In South Walton? You're talking about softball? Baseball. South Walton 15, Destin 0.
15,
yeah,
wow.
Coach Wilson has been at 13 years at Springfield.
13 years.
13 years, yep.
Good number.
So, yep.
Good night.
Yep. So he missed his extra point. This year will be 14.
How old is he?
I don't know. We don't tell ages.
Is that a private school?
No, that's a public school. Yeah, right there, Robertson County.
In Tennessee, how many years you got to get your retirement? 25?
I don't know. I never made it to Tennessee. I was always here. Yeah. I don't know if it's 25.
Some of them are 25. And yeah, I think what's Florida now? 33?
I don't know, Coach. I'm done.
Yeah, I think it's 33. They make it so much it's hard to get.
Well,
that's crazy.
I know. So, but anyway, he's been there a long time. They've been in the playoffs so many years. I tell you what, they do a really great job. Their coaches, really relate to the kids, and so I have to get a shout out to his brother as the defensive coordinator, Drew Wilson. So the family thing, and they have great support, and I just like the way they coach.
Is this the same high school you went to?
Oh, no. I went to East High in Nashville. This is like 35 miles north of Nashville.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I just started playing in his golf tournament.
Oh, that's how you met him.
Yeah, and so we just started. He likes Florida State, and then and I had at that time I had on sorry, Ryan, I had on one of those legacy shirts, which is back then it was holiday. So he noticed I've been there. He said, so we just got to talking, and so football,
Has he ever been down here?
Oh yeah.
I think we had him in the studio once.
We
right?
did, yeah. Last year he came in.
Coach.
Yeah, he does
guy.
a great job. So
Good guy. Speaking of golf, that golf tournament was outstanding for Ryan Mulvey, and Ryan got to ring the bell.
Yeah.
He last radiation. Can you believe that? It went by that quick. I didn't realize.
I didn't know. I didn't know that.
well, it started in January.
He was doing like every
You just
day.
made my day.
Yeah, he rang that bell. He looked good.
Yep.
And Beth was there. Mark Coward. There was a lot of people. Chris Marchand. A lot of people I hadn't seen in a while. There.
He wasn't wearing that blonde wig again, was he?
No, he had.
That way, yeah.
He had on a red one this time. Looked a little bit better. Crimson.
I like the blonde one. He was pretty hot.
He is kind of sexy.
He was pretty hot.
He could be a man or a woman. He could go either way.
Golly.
He is that good looking. He's that good looking.
With all that beard and everything.
Well, he has to
I don't
shave
think
it.
so.
Yeah. What's going on with the Masters? Anybody know? I didn't even watch it.
The young guy won his second Masters.
Scott Scheffler. What, I
That
can't
is-
remember. I watched it, but I don't keep.
And Tiger didn't do nothing. Bless his
Well, he
heart.
got to play. He made the cut 24 years in a row or something like that, I think.
That's got to be a record.
Well,
It
listen
is,
to
it is,
Inside
it is.
Drive to find
So,
out
I
more.
tell you
But
what- shows up.
whoever that young guy was that won once before, he won it again.
Scott.
Oh, yeah, that guy, the young guy. Yeah.
I did watch it, by the way, but I don't know half the people anymore.
I got to find. Hey, Wildcat, I found something just for you if I can find it. I'll try to find it.
Is it? Hey, it's family show now, Coach. You can't be
No,
telling.
it was just kind of kind of put him in his place if I can just find it.
Oh, no, you don't.
Give me
Yeah.
just give me a little
He's
second.
going to get something about Mark Pope. That's what he's
How
gonna
did you
do.
know? How did you see what I did? You see what I shared for you?
I know.
All
he
right,
had
here's
some
what
kind of a
here's what
press
Wildcat and his Kentucky fans have done. Kentucky with Coach Cal. What did Coach Cal do? Let's see. 33 conference championships, 57 NCAA tournament wins, 57, 6 Final Fours, and 1 national championship. They wanted him out. Get out. Any way we got to get him. Let's just get him out of there. What did you wind up with? Mark Pope played there, part of a national championship basketball team, I believe.
He's
Kentucky.
actually an alumni there.
I just said he played there.
Okay.
He played there. I mean,
Played.
Yeah, he played.
But you also went to school there.
Yes.
That was
most people do.
It was a homeschool college.
Let's be clear.
But
Something
he
like
went
that.
to 2 other colleges as well, Columbia and Washington.
That's correct.
And he got a 3-year.
Wait a minute. He
spent
played
3
at
years.
3 different years, 3 different teams. He played for 3 different teams.
No, he went to college at 3 different colleges.
Yeah.
He went to Columbia, and that's where he went there went there for 3 years to get on a medical thing, and then
Try to be a doctor.
Yeah, trying to be a doctor. And then while he was trying to be a doctor, he was playing for the NBA.
Right.
All that.
Can I finish now?
6'10".
Can I finish my update
I'm
now?
trying to bring up some stuff to keep your mouth shut.
That'll never work.
Okay, this is what Kentucky went out and hired. This is what the Wildcats came up with.
Oh.
Cal has 33 conference champs. Mark Pope has 0. NCAA tournament wins. Cal has 57. Mark Pope has 0.
Mark Pope's only 51 years old.
6 Final Fours for Coach Cal. Mark Pope has 0.
How old is Cal?
National championships, 1 for Cal, 0 for Mark Pope. Are you satisfied with all those zeros? I'm not being ugly. I'm just trying to point out something.
What are you trying to point out?
Are you guys happy?
ugly.
Did you get what you wanted?
Listen, if
You
that-
complained.
For 5.5 instead of 8 point whatever it was.
Oh,
okay.
it's about saving money at Kentucky now.
Well, now we got more money to buy players.
There you go. They did say they were going to do better in the NIL. They
I'm
did say
glad
that.
Glenn's got my back here.
There you go.
Well, what did you think about the hire?
It doesn't bother me at all. I ain't got to watch it. Here's the thing, though.
Two dog in that fight. Huh?
That's right. Here's the thing. Coach would not be crowing if Alabama hadn't done so well. That's all I'm saying.
That's right.
And they had
You got that right.
And you had to jump up.
Reed's got the AA.
You know why he's doing that? Because he's afraid now.
Reed's got to transfer
he's
in.
afraid.
AAC Conference Player of the Year.
Okay.
No, this guy, you got to be careful what you wish for.
That's true.
You know,
That's true.
guys in there 15 years. They want him out. They've been ugly to him.
Well,
and what have you done for me lately?
I think
What have you done for me lately?
I think he knew. I really do. I think he knew.
Well, I knew it. Wildcat was here bashing him all the season.
Yeah,
they
but
lost
see,
one game.
But Wildcat is such a contributor.
I wasn't the only one.
That's right. He wasn't. Listen, Coach Wilson said it takes 30 years in the state of Tennessee to retire.
30
years, and he is 43, he said. So
40. So he's got a way to go.
he does, but you know, the way he's got to go.
Do not leave your state.
That's right.
Stay there, get all 30 years. I've known guys that jumped around states and wish they'd never done it. Stay in one state, get your 30 years in, then jump. If you want, I'll take more advice than to get out of it. All right, let's talk about some of our wonderful people. Are we done with the giveaways?
Yeah, we are, but I do have the winner, the Talladega.
Who is it? Who's the winner?
And I apologize if I say the last name wrong.
No.
But Richard Bowden. Bodon. I believe that is his name.
Bowden.
He is the winner to go
Richard?
to the Talladega. Yeah, Richard.
Good job.
That's right.
Talladega Geico.
Where does he live? You know where he lives on the beach in town? What's the deal?
No more information than that.
Just that. Okay.
I
Congratulations.
got his email address if we want to pester him.
No,
That's his phone number, too.
He's probably still asleep.
Richard, give us a call.
We ought to get him out of bed.
Well, if he's not up listening to us, we're going to take it back away from him.
That's right. There you go.
All right. Don't forget, best debate. Go vote. Go vote for Chad Mitchell. Go vote for Jason Kovaleski, Max Fitzworth Nutrition.
And
But
please,
make sure you go vote for us.
That's
The
correct.
heck with them two. You make sure you go vote for us.
All you got to do is go to ESPNPC.com.
Or you can go to newsherald.com and do it there. You go
It'll
two
take
ways.
you right to the News Herald thing.
Go vote. We appreciate this. Gives us an opportunity. That's to get us nominated.
Check us in
You
the
don't win
mail.
anything. South Oak Title and Closing. Chuck Tucker, man, what a job he does. Unbelievable. I love it. His daddy grew up here. His dad was the principal at Mosley. His son grew up here. Chuck grew up here. Local guy. Goes out, starts a business, is knocked out of the ballpark. They're incredible what they do. When you got 38 Mark Cowart, one of the top realtors in the Southeast, uses you and only wants you, you know you're doing something right. Beth Mother's the same way. One of the top realtors around here, they all use South Oak Title and Closing. Make sure it's your deal. It's your choice. You make sure you use South Oak Title and Closing. No surprises. Jay Michaels, yesterday after church went to Jay Michaels, had a little cheese. I had a kid cheeseburgers, outstanding. Great food, great atmosphere. The legendary Jay Michaels restaurant on Thomas Drive. They've got red beans and rice is a special day. Wednesday, the world famous J. Michael spaghetti, and then Friday, another one's outstanding is the Chris Fish. Glenn, you've been there several times.
Absolutely.
The food's outstanding. Legendary place, J. Michael's restaurant on Thomas Drive. Stevenson Air Conditioning is starting to get warmer every day. We'll start creeping up. Before you know it, it's going to be burning up out there. If you got Stevenson Air Conditioning, you have no problem. Now, if you have a problem with it working right, you have a problem with it just running all the time, it's time to talk to Stevenson Air Conditioning. And guess what? He grew up here. Another local guy. Jason does a great job. Great company. Great people. Family owned. Stevenson Air Conditioning, number one. Don't go with the national company. Go with Stevenson Air Conditioning. Just like Glenn has. We all do it. We're all into it. Also, Charlie Corn's place on 15th Street, right across there from Robert Fleming's office. The food's incredible. You get a meat, whatever you want. Pick it out. 3 sides for $11.20. Then the dinner specials on Friday and Saturday night, they've become really popular. Friday night's a big night. Fried fish, our grill, baked beans, cheese grits, French fries, tea in a row. Saturday night, fried shrimp is outstanding. You can get it grilled, but I like it fried. Fried shrimp, same type of vegetables or whatever you want. And then the big one, Sunday night, fried chicken, mashed potatoes, green beans, cream corn, roll, and a tea. You can't beat the fine home cooking of Charlie Corn's.
That's right.
We'll be right back. We get back. This coach is just coming to town and taking over.
He has.
His name is Jones.
Sure.
And he coaches at Arnold.
That's correct. What do you want me to say?
We'll be right back. 104.3 ESPN North. The legend will be in here shortly. Dr. Chad Mitchell, 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
We've moved. ESPN North Northwest Florida offices are now on the beach. Our doors are always open, and we still love visitors. Come see the new ESPN Northwest Florida radio studio and offices at 204 Suite B, Ellen Lane on Panama City Beach. We can't wait to see you. ESPN Northwest Florida.
This is Joanna with ESPN Northwest Florida. Here is your weather forecast on this Monday morning. As we head into this afternoon and evening, sunshine and a high of 75 with a gentle breeze around 11 miles per hour out of the south. For tonight, mostly clear skies and a low near 62. Tomorrow, slightly foggy in the morning and then some sun and a high around 78. For Wednesday, some clouds and a high of 76. This weather forecast is brought to you by Earthworks of Northwest Florida. Thank you for keeping that dial at ESPN Northwest Florida. Rely on it.
The road is yours, so let your spring adventures begin and discover the new Kia at Bill Bird Kia. Stop by today and check out our 2024 SUV family and take a test drive. See all the new features that elevate any adventure. Now offering 4.75% APR for up to 48 months on the purchase of a new 2024 Kia Sorento EX. Get that rugged good look with luxury and the perfect balance of comfort, safety, and technology. Bill Bird Kia, the home of the 20-year, 200,000-mile warranty. Stop by anytime and see us at 2435 East 15th Street or anytime at BillBirdKia.PanamaCity.com. We'll give you the peace of mind that you can trust.
Offer from Kia Finance America for the purchase of a new 2024 Kia Sorento EX with $22.94 per month for 1,000 financed in 48 months. Qualities limited. No down payment required. Can I be combined with other finance offers? The 20-year, 200,000-mile warranty is a Bill Bird Kia warranty. See dealer for complete details. Offer for well-qualified buyers. Must take delivery from dealer stock through 4/30/24.
Do you know who I am?
If he was the last person on Earth,
Kind of a big deal.
mankind would still have a chance.
We may have to repopulate the Earth.
Now back to the Coach James Hale Show.
I'm very important.
Live from the J. Michael Studio on 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
And welcome back to 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida. Dr. Glenn Manley decided to come in present and give us his opinion and everything we'll be speaking on today. I really appreciate that. And he also offered and asked a question of Dr. Chad Mitchell off the air. And I don't think they want me to say Chad what Mitchell was going on, so I will not share that. Chad, we got to welcome you in. Then we got Coach Jones we got to bring on. But thank you for being here today, Doc. Did you have a good weekend?
I did. I got to see a friend of ours graduate boot camp from the Air Force.
Did you? All right.
Yeah, that's the whole reason we went out there.
Good.
Support him. So
is he doing well?
Oh yeah,
San Antonio.
San Antonio.
Yeah, you used to call that the armpit of the world when I was going through basic training, man.
Yeah.
But it's better now.
What a good man to go out there and do that.
Yeah, no, it was, and it's somebody that we've helped, and anyway, it's. It feels good to go out there and see him
I have talked
be successful.
To school board members. I have talked to the county AD for 23 years, the legendary state Hall of Famer Tommy Santamont. They haven't even given him a piece of paper here in Bay County yet, so hopefully they'll recognize him one day. But we've looked. We don't know anyone else that has given the time, energy, and effort that you have. This will be your 25th year on Bay County sidelines. The question is, did it go by fast?
It has gone by fast.
Can you believe 25 years?
It doesn't seem like that.
No,
that's crazy.
And
all those players you've seen throughout.
Yeah,
the years.
and I hate to say it, but some of them they have to remind me who they are, and then others I recognize right off. So I can tell I'm getting older. But
when he says hold up your knee, I can recognize you.
Exactly. Yeah.
Do we got Coach on? Oh, I'm sorry. Let's go, Coach Jones. Sorry, sir. How are you doing?
I'm good. How are you guys?
We couldn't be better. Great job. Well, it was supposed to be played Thursday. We were questioning it. Maybe we were trying to build the game up a little bit, so we were saying some stuff, trying to make you guys mad and Mosley mad. And it worked out pretty good because y'all both played really well Friday. Big crowd over at Mosley. But let's go back until the first game. Tell us what happened, what went wrong, who played well in that game, and then let's get to Friday when you beat Mosley at their place.
Yeah, so as you mentioned, we lost on Tuesday 7-3. We were able to win on Friday 3-1. Mosley came out fired up on Tuesday as we thought they might. They had a coaching change there and played free and super competitive, and obviously with us at the time being 16-0 gave them a little bit more motivation as well. But we knew we were going to get their best regardless, and it was a really good game, back and forth game. Jordan Martinez really was player of the week for Mosley for sure. He and Cooper Moss were fighting it out for player of the week in the county last week. Jordan Martinez hit 2 home runs. That he hit a 2-run homer in the 5th that gave them the lead 3-2. We scored in the bottom of the 5th to tie it up. We had some chances in the 5th and 6th innings to tack on a run. But, Martinez was on the mound. He came in relief through the last 3 innings and just made pitches when he had to. Top of 7th, they got to our bullpen a little bit. Ended up scoring 4 and beating us 7-3. Then we got the rain, as you mentioned, and the field was not playable Thursday. I thought Doug Lee did the right thing. Really went out of his way to make sure that we were on the same page. He invited me over, and we walked the field together on Thursday, and there was just no way we were going to be able to play safely. The outfield was really wet, and we didn't want somebody to we didn't want to lose a player, have a player get hurt on a poor surface there. So we played Friday, which opened up the possibility of Jordan Martinez to come back in and pitch in relief due to the pitch count rules. He wouldn't have been able to throw Thursday, but he was able to throw Friday. But it was the right thing to do, and so we played him there, and we had Cooper Moss on the mound, and that's basically what we needed at that point. He threw a complete game. He gave up 1 run in the 1st, and then nothing the rest of the way. Struck out 11 batters. He also hit a home run in that game. He hit a home run in Tuesday's game. So Moss and Martinez both hit 2 home runs on the week against some pretty quality opponents there, and really showed their competitiveness. And Cooper just carried us. Mason Bean started our rally in the 3rd inning is when we scored our 3 runs. Mason Bean hit a double to center field that just kept going over the center fielder's head. The center fielder made a great effort, thought he was going to get it, but the ball just kept carrying and landed over his head short of the wall, and started us with a leadoff double there and really got us going. And then a few batters later, Cooper Moss hit a kind of a no-doubt home run to left center field there to give us a 3-1 lead. And then he took the ball on the mound and decided that was going to be it, and he was going to control the game the rest of the way, and he did an amazing job of that.
Yeah, Friday night, big crowd. I know I think Jim Brandt was there. Lorelei and Leighton, my 2 granddaughters, I wanted to take them over there, but Leighton had to sing for the Patronus over at Edgewater, so we couldn't make it to the baseball game. Now, that's like a playoff game, the way when you 2 guys get together, especially this week. I mean, them upsetting you guys, you coming back and winning on Friday, really electric. People were pumped up about the game. Is that it for the year with you 2? Because you both split a win, and we're going to see we're going to play one more for fun of it, or is that just it?
That's it for us. We play everybody in the county. We play twice, so
okay.
I really enjoyed playing them the same week. Coach Howard and I started that last year. We'll see how it goes in the future, but I like playing them the same week so you can see a little bit of everybody and kind of, like you said, get the excitement going for the whole week. Because after Tuesday, we don't have to wait a month to play them again. We get to play them again a couple days later. So it was it's a lot of fun. Wouldn't mind playing 3 at some point in our lives, but it's what traditionally everybody in the county usually plays each other twice. So that's it for the 2 of us. But we got plenty of teams coming in to come after us next couple weeks.
Yeah, let's talk about that. Who do you got this week? What's going on?
Well, this week we play Bay tonight at Bay, and then on Thursday we're playing Cottondale, who's having a good year, but they have a Florida State commit on the mound. That's kind of why we match ourselves up. We're going to play that game at Chipola. I believe Coach Johnson wouldn't mind getting his eyes on some of Cottondale's players and maybe even some of our players. And then on Friday night we'll be home against South Walton, which will be another tremendous showdown.
Yeah, that'll be another
games that
they
just like playoff games. We played 8 or 10 of them, and there's going to be about 3 or 4 more in the next 2 weeks. So it's good practice for us. It's getting us ready.
South Walton just drilled somebody pretty bad.
Destin 15-0.
It's like a football game. Yeah, looking forward to that one. Well, Coach, thank you so much for coming on. I'm sorry we didn't have as much time. I was running my mouth too much with Chad, but
That doesn't sound like you at all.
That's awesome.
Brian Norman told you to say that. I know.
He did.
Hey, great job.
Blame Norman on that.
Yeah, great job this weekend getting back that big win. Now we can go after both programs the rest of y'all play again, build it up even bigger. We'll talk to you next week, Coach. Thank you so much, sir.
All right, thank you.
Bye-bye. All right, my great, beautiful granddaughters listen, Lorelai and Leighton Hale. Glenn, there's a question for you.
Oh, no.
Okay, their daddy's driving into school this morning, and he goes, the question the girls and everybody's asking, did Glenn fight under General Patton? That was from Jared, not the girl. That's from Jared. I think you're a little bit younger.
Well, actually, it happened before I was born, so no. The answer no.
Maybe if he did, he knew my grandfather. My grandfather fought under Patton.
Yeah, they did. Now
I'd rather say I fought with him than standing under him. That's good.
Yeah. Now, your dad was not the one he slapped.
No, it was actually my grandfather that fought.
Grandfather fought with him.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah.
Did you ever watch that movie about Patton?
Yes, I did.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah.
Great movie, no doubt about that. We need more Pattons in the world.
Our blood, his guts.
That's right. That's about right. All right, Chad, let's talk about your place. Anybody gets injured, they hurt themselves at the beach. They hurt their ankles. They hurt their knees, their shoulders, whatever. What's the best way to get up with you?
Come see us at Orthopedic Associates, 850-785-4344. You can also look me up at chadmitchellmd.com or robotmd.com.
Robotmd.com. That's the new. That's what's coming.
It is coming.
Biggest thing.
There's more and more every day.
Well, you heal back quicker. There's less cutting. It's precise. There's hardly any mistakes. When dealing with Chad Mitchell, there's no mistakes. But if you're the average doctor, you might have a little screw up, but never Chad. So this is the future. Chad's brought this here. The guy's incredible. Anytime you get any type of injury, go see Dr. Chad Mitchell, legendary doctor, 25 years this football season. He's been taking care of all these athletes. That's incredible. El Rodeo, Tequila Bar and Grill. You want a great Mexican lunch or dinner? I think we'll take Lorelai and Leighton there one day this week. It's just a great atmosphere. And a great thing about it, Glenn, Glenn loves this. Buy one, get one free. Buy that margarita, next one's free.
I always have to buy the one. He's the one that gets it free.
For free, yeah.
But we're together.
Yeah,
that's the main thing.
We're together.
We're together. You got to look at the big things.
The big picture.
Yeah. Great food, great atmosphere. El Rodeo, Tequila Bar and Grill. And one of our favorite places, Rudy's Barbecue.
That's right.
They got the Lorelai, the Leighton room in the back. You want a chamber meeting party? You want a Glenn Manley birthday party, a Jared Hale birthday party, whatever you want, Rudy's Barbecue can deliver, man. They really deliver. They cater. They do a great job. Glenn, you use them several times when you're at AD at Bay High School.
I'll tell you what, all you have to do is tell them how many, and they fix you up. Nobody goes away hungry. I can tell you that right now.
Breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Rudy's Barbecue on Bat Beach Road. And don't forget the back room, Lorelai Leighton room. Have a party there. It's a great atmosphere. We'll be right back with the Wildcat, with the legend, with the other legend, and that other legend. Be right back. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
ESPN Northwest Florida presents
Wrestling Against Cancer, number 9.
Saturday, April 27th at Bayhaven Charter Academy. In the main event, it's a tag team showdown with Exodus versus Mike Steele and Mr. 850. Plus exciting women's wrestling. Tickets still just $12. Ages 6 to 17, only $8. 5 and under, free.
More information, ESPNPC.com.
At Creative Gems, we believe every piece of jewelry tells a story of love, legacy, and the art of fine craftsmanship. Family owned with every detail crafted on site in Panama City, Florida, we invite you to experience more than just shopping. It's a journey to remember. Come visit us online at creativegemsinc.com or in our showroom on Jinx Avenue, open Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Creative Gems.
Are you hungry for authentic Mexican cuisine? Then come to El Rodeo Tequila Bar and Grill, where we serve up the freshest, most flavorful dishes on the beach. El Rodeo Tequila Bar and Grill, a great location, comfortable atmosphere, and happy hour from 3 to 7. Buy one, get one free, regular margaritas and 12-ounce house drafts. And you're going to love their lunch specials Monday through Friday from 11 to 3. Plus, live music Wednesdays and Saturdays starting at 5:30. El Rodeo Tequila Bar and Grill, Thomas Drive, across from the Navy base. Give me a break. Give me a break. Break me off a piece of that Kit Kat donut. For a limited time, enjoy the Kit Kat Donut Collection at Krispy Kreme Donuts. Choose from the Kit Kat Salted Caramel Brownie or the Kit Kat Cookie Dream. And break off a piece of that Kit Kat Crunch Donut. So give yourself a break with the Kit Kat Donut Collection only at Krispy Kreme Donuts. Next to Gulf Coast Hospital, 23rd Street in Panama City and the Ross Clark Circle in Dothan.
He doesn't try on clothes at the department stores. He just rips stuff off the hanger and lives with the consequences for years.
It's classy, it's intriguing.
He's sexy, sassy, and full of spunk.
Now back to the Coach James Hale Show inside the J. Michaels Studio. ESPN Northwest Florida.
Florida State, Florida State, Florida State. Woo! FSU Update is brought to you by Newbies. Woo! 3 great locations for your pleasure. Get out to Newbies, have a great time. And don't forget the mothership. Get there on Thursday about 12 o'clock, eat some lunch. 1 o'clock, they start playing some bingos. Very popular, great place to go. And Charlotte's going to have the best. We say it all the time. They're going to have the best entertainment you can have Fridays and Saturdays on the weekends. Get to Newbies, legendary place. Everybody comes back in town. They're going to go to Newbies because they grew up going to Newbies. And the Newbies Chewing the Curve, you go watch all the sporting events going on. And Chad, you were just mentioning something. You got a buddy that that officiates the games. He'll probably be doing the FSU spring game.
Right.
And hopefully you will go and support it.
No, I'm thinking about going. So the FSU Spring Showcase presented by Whataburger is this Saturday, April 20th at 4 p.m.
So now they've got people sponsoring spring games.
No, that's awesome. Yeah, it just means more money available. So, I'm hoping to go to that game this weekend and see how good they are.
Jared likes that restaurant. He does.
So, anyway.
They sponsor, so I'm just saying that.
No, that's, hey.
Wait, before you get in your Florida State update, I want to go back to your buddy.
Well, that was part of the Florida State update.
Okay. Well, I want to go to your buddy.
All right.
How many years has he done the officiating?
I'd have to ask him. I want to say it's at least.
I'd love to have him on the show.
I bet it's at least 25 years.
When he retires, get him on here.
Right. I've tried to get him on here, but he said that, football officials are real funny like that. They're really not supposed to talk to the press. They're supposed to kind of keep to themselves.
I get that, yeah.
That kind of thing. But I asked him yesterday, I said, hey, when you retire at the end of this next season,
because you have told us some great stories about when he's been.
Oh, he's got great stories, and he's a good guy.
Right.
So I'm like, when you're done officiating, can you come on the radio show and talk? He goes, I can talk all I want then, but I can't really while I'm an official. And I get that.
Yeah.
But just the different controversial rules that have been passed through the years, and just everything that's changed. He's always had an opinion about that. He's made me laugh several times about why a rule change was made. And so, I'll give you a for instance, and this isn't word for word. This is what I remember from the conversation. But he was, remember the coaches are now being flagged a lot more frequently.
Right.
And he said he was in a briefing meeting on that, and he says 8 of the 10 videos were of Nick Saban.
And they could have flagged him every time.
Right. These were the examples.
Well, remember, you're not supposed to even be on the field, and they go on the field all the time. They could do it. They could get them for that anytime they want.
Well, that was part of that whole rule.
Yeah.
But it was funny because, 8 of the 10 videos were Nick Saban as an example.
The legend.
It shows he got away with a lot because of who he was. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, but anyway, we can laugh about it and have fun with it.
We'll get him on here. We'll do that.
Yeah, well, it's going to take, he's got to finish out the season, so it'll probably be like January or February of this next year. Anyway, let's. We talked about FSU football, and we're excited to see what's going to go on Saturday.
Aren't they supposed to have some of the 99 national champion people there, too?
Yes.
Oh, I haven't heard that, but that'll be awesome if they do. Yeah, okay, good. Even better. Moving on to baseball. Number 10, FSU baseball. They moved up the ranks here. Routs Miami over the weekend, winning all the series games after finishing their route of Florida.
So they are now the state champions of Florida. Yep. Congratulations.
So anyway, FSU is 3-0 versus Florida and 3-0 versus Miami this year. Thursday, they beat Miami 5-4. Of course, this was a home game. And Friday, they beat them 11-7. And Saturday, they beat them 6-4. Next up is Mercer at home. And then they travel to Wake Forest for a 3-game series on the weekend.
That'll be big.
Yeah, so Florida State baseball doing well. Again, they're ranked number 10. Their record is 30-5, and they're 10-5 in the ACC. So super proud of them. What a change over last year. Moving on to Florida State softball. Number 18, FSU softball is on a 5-game winning streak, winning all 3 games versus Notre Dame this weekend.
Wow.
Friday, they won 6-2. Saturday, they won 7-3. Sunday, winning 10-2. Next Wednesday, there's a doubleheader. Or I say next Wednesday. This Wednesday is a doubleheader versus Alabama State. And then there's a weekend series at Boston College. And that's pretty much it for your Florida State
I will
update.
say that Bill Allen and our honorary mayor, former mayor of Panama City, Greg Bernicki, they went to Tallahassee to watch Florida State play Miami. And you remember I made some comments last year. I said, look, if you don't have players now that you're in the transfer deal, the portable and all this kind of stuff, it's on the coach. And there was no excuse for FSU to look so poorly last year in baseball. I tell you what, this guy, what he's done, flipping around so quickly like he has done,
right.
It's like night and day compared to last year.
He went to the portal. He did because one game I was watching, the top 3 or 4 batters in a row were transfer portal.
Good for him.
He did a good job. But they got some really young pitchers. The young man from Mosley, he's kind of hot and cold sometimes. He throws really great. Sometimes his location a little off, and so this is a big stage for him, and I think he's done well. But so.
I think he's done a great job. I was hard on him because I was going wait, you knew what you're weak at. You could have got it's on you not to get people in.
But
maybe he got there late.
He did. Got there. You got to move everybody in, all this stuff, and you got to get your coaches, and the kids got to buy into it, and
And now they are the best baseball program in the state of Florida. I thought it'd be the Gators. I did, and they're not.
And the other thing too is, the Gators have done some things. They're trying to get those young pitchers in the middle of the week, and sometimes it doesn't work out that way. Especially when you're playing, like if you play Florida State, and they got all these transfer people who are mature guys that have played.
It makes a difference.
Yeah. And the FSU softball, they're pitching by committee right now. Somebody to go 2 or 3 innings, somebody to go 5 innings, and then
nothing wrong with that if you're winning.
She started that a couple of years ago.
People were talking about their record and everything. You go look who they played in softball.
Right.
I guarantee there's not another school out there that's played a tougher schedule in softball than FSU.
They play UCLA, Texas.
That tournament down south, they played some of the best teams in the country.
Right.
I mean, they're still going. By the end of the year, they're going to be good. I'm not worried about them. But baseball, I mean, really, take my hat off the coach. He's done. Everybody's excited when they hired him. He played there. And he's doing a great job. Football-wise, I'm looking. What are you looking for this spring? I want to see the number one for me at Florida State. I want to watch the quarterback position. How does he look? Is he consistent?
How is Uyunglele is how he does is.
And then the offensive line.
Difference.
How good's the offensive line? What are you looking at?
I'm looking to get rid of ESPN. That's what I'm looking to get rid of. Not this show, but I'm talking about the Herbstreit.
Can you cut this out? Can you cut out what you just said? Can you go backwards?
Glenn Manley's been canceled.
That's right. Won't be the first time. I can assure that. But anyway, you know what? I'm just looking for to come out with that open. The first game that got to go play somewhere else, but to come out and just establish who they are.
Yeah.
Like just take over from where you ended last year,
He said it's the strongest, fastest team he's had since he's been there. Right. I want to see the team speed.
Well, you've got some good people in there. And the other thing too is, he had some holdovers for the line. Didn't all disappear, and they had 12 linemen last year that got experience. So
yeah,
I think they should do well, and I'm looking forward to, they got Marvin Jones Jr. as the edge rusher, so I'm looking forward to seeing some of that stuff too.
Fun to watch.
If you've ever watched back when the championship ran through the state of Florida, the national, it's going to be one of the big three schools.
Yep.
The speed of the teams, especially on the defense side of the ball, were incredible. If you ever sitting back in the end zone and you see an opening, you're like, oh my God, they're going to get a play on us. And you see how it closes so fast because they can fly.
Yeah,
that's what I want to see is Florida State back. They were last year.
If you sit in the end zone and they throw a pass and there's nobody there, and all of a sudden 8 people show up, you're like, wow,
I tell you, you got to be encouraged for him to say that. I know he'd be really good.
And then, one of the Alabama guys came and said the enthusiasm of him every day.
Yeah,
the way he does it, and then
reminds me of you.
No, I tell you what, it's unbelievable. No, I wasn't that enthusiastic in spring. I was like, we really got to do this.
All right, we got to take a break. He's giving me that look again.
As long as he doesn't give you the magic finger,
he's already done that twice this morning.
A long time ago.
He's so mean to me. All right, FSU Updates brought to you by the legendary Newbies. Get out to any of the 3 locations. Support John and Charlotte. They do so many great things for community. I can remember throughout the years, the Humane Society, the fire department, and universities. Charlotte gave a lot of money to the university. They're just wonderful, outstanding, good-looking people. Go support Newbies and have a great time. You will have a great time. There's no doubt about that. Also, Dr. Ward, another legend around here. Offices throughout Northwest Florida. 5 minutes can save your life. Go see him. He's one of the best at what he does. And we're in the skin season right now. Everybody's out in this beautiful weather. Make sure you're putting on the protecting your skin. And if it doesn't look right, doesn't feel right, don't put it off. Go see Dr. Ward. Max Fit Sports Nutrition. And you can listen to him tomorrow, Wednesday at 7:30. Max Fit Sports Nutrition. Do you want to look better, feel better? Jason Kovaleski can make it happen for you. You know what? It's one of the few places you can actually go try it out before you buy it.
That's correct.
Like that.
Yep.
Now, your favorite is the Joint Boost.
Joint Boost, and now the greens. You buy the greens where you get the fruit and the veggies.
Yeah, it's a great thing. Well, all right. If you love pizza, where are we going?
I'm going to Paparazzi Gourmet Deli.
If we love the bakeries, where are we going?
I'm going to Paparazzi Gourmet Deli.
If you love a deli, where are you going?
I'm going to Paparazzi Pizza Place.
We're all going to Paparazzi Pizza Place. It's a great place to go. Matter of fact, we will be there Wednesday. We're going to get some pizza there Wednesday.
I'll meet you at the bar.
My baby boy will turn 37 on Wednesday. Happiest day of my life when that boy was born. 37.
You still change his diaper, too.
I'm still burping. I have to put him over my knee every once in a while. Right, we'll be right back. 104.3 ESPN, Northwest Florida.
Atlanta Braves baseball is back.
Swing and a drive. That's hammered deep right. He jumped on one and hits a homer.
We're your exclusive radio home for the Atlanta Braves.
At the wall. It is gone. A grand slam for Acuna.
Hear every exciting home run, every strikeout, and every thrilling victory on 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
This is Joanna with ESPN Northwest Florida. Here is your weather forecast on this Monday morning. As we head into this afternoon and evening, sunshine and a high of 75 with a gentle breeze around 11 miles per hour out of the south. For tonight, mostly clear skies and a low near 62. Tomorrow, slightly foggy in the morning and then some sun and a high around 78. For Wednesday, some clouds and a high of 76. This weather forecast is brought to you by Earthworks of Northwest Florida. Thank you for keeping that dial at ESPN Northwest Florida. Rely on it.
Bestway Portable Buildings has been your portable building specialist since 1989. Before you invest your hard-earned money someplace else, owner Jason Mulder invites you to stop by Bestway and get a quote on just about any size building. And whether you buy with Bestway or not, it's worth the trip just to meet Bestway Buddy. Say hello, buddy. Good boy. Bestway Portable Buildings, just north of Hartz Marine on 231, and online at bestwayportablebuildings.com. The best in portable, period. Tell them Buddy sent ya.
Are you tired of hearing 2 weeks when you call to get your boat worked on? Hey folks, it's Chris Kramer with Kramer Marine and Outdoor, and we'll get you in and back out on the water as quick as possible. We're a full-line Yamaha outboard dealer and Suzuki outboard dealer, and we have master-trained certified mechanics on site. So if it's just an annual service, electronics install, trolling motor install, or all the way up to a full repower, we can take care of you. So stop by and see us in the corner of Frankfurt and 23rd next to Bill Kramer GM, or call us at 850-851-0453.
It's the Coach James Hale Show.
He's the sexiest man on the planet.
Live and local from the J. Michael Studio on the Sports Talk Must. ESPN Northwest Florida.
What did you say? Go Gators! Not a gator. You're a gator hater.
Or gator bait.
Or gator bait. Now, wait a minute. Didn't the president say they couldn't do that anymore, that one chant?
Yeah.
I think we should fire him, but
right. Well,
hopefully they will.
They should have put about 10 alligators in front of his house and just,
Yeah, I'm with you. All right, Florida update. Let's get it rolling. Chad, what do you have to say on the Gators?
Well, they had their spring game. Of course, everybody's wanting to know about Mertz and DJ Lagway. So we'll give a little bit of update there. So Mertz was finding Trey Wilson during this game. In fact, Wilson caught all 6 of his passes in the first half. He had a 60-yard touchdown. He was responsible for 6 of Mertz's 8 first half completions and finished with a game high 128 yards. So this is Wilson getting the ball from Mertz. As far as DJ Lagway, he started off kind of slow. He had a couple of incompletions, like overthrew on the first pass, then took a sack, then overthrew again, and then he rebounded with a 22-yard touchdown pass later on to Aiden Mizell. His final numbers, Lagway was 12 of 21 for 173 yards, 12 carries for -1 yard. So, I mean, he's a true freshman, right?
Yep.
And he's behaving like a true freshman in a way. You can see his talent, but you can also see that he's inexperienced, and they're working on that. So don't expect him to be the starter. Mertz is clearly the starter. So, and it's good to see.
The other guy's the future.
Yeah, the other guy's the future, and they're seeing some good things. So I think Florida fans have something to celebrate here, that, hey, our team's getting better. Anyway, moving on to baseball, which has been a sort of a disappointment for Florida fans. Yeah. They have fallen to number 24 in the rankings. And
the question is, should they even be there?
Yeah, exactly. They've been struggling of late. They have lost 6 straight games prior to winning on Sunday against South Carolina, 11-9. So 6 straight before winning this game. So Friday they lost to South Carolina 10-3. They lost Saturday 9-8, and then Sunday they won 11-9. Tuesday's their next game. They're playing Jacksonville at home, and then they have a 3-game series at number 6, Vanderbilt, starting on Thursday. Yeah. So Thursday, Friday, and Saturday.
Yeah, a lot of them have gotten away from the Sunday game so that they can travel.
Yeah. So, and this was a note that I wanted to throw in here, and I'm especially doing it for Coach. But of note, UCF beat Florida earlier in the season. It's March 6th.
Here we go.
They beat them 9-6. UCF,
he loves that team.
No, listen, UCF is now ranked number 17 above number 24 Florida and number 25 Alabama.
Wow.
UCF's moving up.
Well,
we ought to have a UCF update.
You can do that.
That's a great idea. We're going to double that invoice, and you can do that.
Let me give you that old military. We'll take that under advisement.
Yeah.
You know how he likes to hear about UCF.
Yeah, I know.
I had to throw that in
Gus.
there.
Thank you,
Gus. Gus isn't coaching the baseball team.
That's right.
Tell you what, now,
17.
it's not going to shock me a bit. Matter of fact, I think Central Florida will probably get Florida this year in football.
It's possible. I mean, with Gus Malzahn coaching, but we'll see. We'll see. I mean, Florida's looking pretty good they look pretty good in their spring games.
If Central Florida is like that, then Florida State and Central Florida going to play each other this year in baseball? Because we got to determine. Because he's sitting there saying now they're the best team in baseball.
No, I didn't say that. I said they were number 17.
Here's what he said: UCF update will take the place of the nature update.
Oh, okay. That's all right. We can do that. No, Central Florida, though, that's a huge school.
Yeah, they're like the number 2 population in the country.
And the future's bright for them, man, in all
Right.
sports, no doubt.
Yeah.
They got to wear shades. It's so bright.
Heck, if all the students show up, you got a packed house. I mean,
That's
my
right.
God.
That's right.
So let's move on to softball. Number 18. Oh, hold on. That's FSU. I somehow clicked on the wrong
That's all right. Take your
thing here.
time.
Yeah.
Don't worry
Number
about it.
7. I was about to say that didn't sound right.
Thank you.
Number 7, Lady Gators. They lost 3 straight last week before beating Missouri on Sunday, winning 3-1. Tuesday, they lost at home to South Florida 7-4. Then they lost Friday at Missouri 6-3. And Saturday, they lost 5-2. And then obviously won the game on Sunday. Next up for them is a 3-game weekend series at home versus South Carolina. They are now 35-9 and 10-5 in the Southeastern Conference. Again, number 7, Lady Gators.
Good job. Great Florida update by the legendary Dr. Chad Mitchell, and the little plug for Central Florida. Thank you so much. And I do want you all to know out there in Radio Land that his daughter went there, and he claims to be an Alabama fan, but I think deep down, I'm
an Alabama fan. Some of my money did go to UCF.
That's good. He sponsored a couple of those things.
Yeah. Those national T-shirts when Alabama won.
No, it's a Florida university. It's a large university, and so it's. I think we should be reporting on Miami too, but. There's no love for Miami up here.
Well,
he's got a lot of opinions today, doesn't
he? Hey, he wrote the check. He can talk what he wants.
There you go. I like that, Glenn.
You can do what you want.
We got to give a shout out to Todd Harless. He's a big Miami fan. So
and Big John played at Miami.
Yep,
John,
he did.
Great player there. All right, here we go. Steve Spurrier, the legendary head ball coach, 78 years old. Bless his heart, love him. What did he do? He won the Heisman Trophy. He was a starting quarterback at Florida. He won the.
He wreaked havoc in the SEC.
He was the winningest coach at Florida in football history. He changed the SEC to wide open offense. He's just nothing but a legend.
And it was wide open offense.
He's a legend.
Sure. Yeah.
He made all-state football, basketball, and baseball in high school.
Yeah, he could do it all. His dad was a preacher. Great man. Always tells the truth. I love Coach Spurrier. This is what they interviewed him. This is what he had to say. He likes the leadership. This is what his prediction for the Florida Gators. And I think he's being positive. I think it's maybe a little bit too positive, but he's being really positive about this. He goes, look, I know we play a tough schedule. We play a really tough schedule, but so does everybody in the SEC. Everybody in the SEC plays a tough schedule. Otherwise, that's no excuse. I picked them to go 8-4 and to win a bowl game. If we do that, we can do cartwheels, we can do somersaults, and we'll all be happy around here. A bunch of Gators will be happy. 8-4. Not so fast, Coach. 8-4 with that schedule. That most of the Gator Nation will not be happy being 8-4.
Well, if those 4 games are close.
Yeah.
If the 4 games are close,
you don't get blown out, get embarrassed.
Yeah.
But you know what? We could be completely surprised. Maybe they change it. Maybe they go out there and look really well, and we're shocked. I hope that's the case. 8-4, I think, would be a great year.
They got some better coaches on the defensive side.
Yeah,
they brought the guy in from Wisconsin.
Right.
So I think they've shown some leadership and some aggressiveness out there that they didn't have last year.
And that's what you just said. Coach said that is that Billy's brought in some bunch of new coaches. Looked like things are more demanding on the players, and the guys seem to respond well. So everything Coach and let me tell you something. If Steve Spurrier goes 8-4 is a good year, he'll be fine at 8-4 because Steve Spurrier carries a lot of weight.
Right.
A lot of weight. The legendary Coach Steve Spurrier. 8-4. Gators will win a bowl game, which really means they're going to be 9-4. I like that. All right, let's talk about some of our great people, Glenn. We have so many, and we appreciate every single one of you guys out there. Do you want that yard to look absolutely beautiful? Turpro Pest Control can make that happen for you. If you want a great meal today, I mean, you want something outstanding with a lot of choices, and you want to be around great, happy, positive people, Beef O'Brady's in Lynn Haven can make that happen for you. So if you're over there in that part of the town, you want a great meal today, you head on down to Beef O'Brady's in Lynn Haven. And the owner there, Pat Perneau, is the city commissioner of Lynn Haven, does a great job with that, and does a great job with Beef O'Brady's. When you walk in, they speak to you, they got smiles on their face, they do a great job, great service, and the food is incredible. Beef O'Brady's in Lynn Haven. And Wildcat, after we eat at Beef O'Brady's and we want to go shopping, we're not far away from one of the best places you can go if you want to make somebody happy.
I'm going to get me a belly button ring, just like Glenn Manley's. And I'm going over to 830 Ohio Avenue to David Adamson's Fine Jewelry and Design. And here's the best news yet. They're holding over the estate sale that they've been having so much success with. They've got more stuff. So if you were there a week ago or 2 weeks ago, they've got different stuff out now.
And it was selling, baby. People were buying.
Man, oh man. David Adamson Fine Jewelry and Design. Repair, clean, or appraise your jewelry for the insurance company.
And tell David and Russ that Coach sent you in there, or Wildcat sent you in there, or Glenn sent you in there, or Chad sent you in there.
And then both.
We'll be right back. We get back. We've got what you've been waiting for. Alabama had their spring football game. Chad and I will talk about that. We will not let Glenn interrupt us. We'll be right back. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
Set your alarm clock to wake up with the Coach Hale Show on ESPN Northwest Florida. In-depth local and college sports from expert insiders and a dash of controversy.
Can be deadly.
Weekday mornings 7 to 9.
Nothing says good morning like a drunken human alarm clock.
We're live from the J. Michaels studio.
We all know he loves the Florida Gators, but that's okay.
ESPN Northwest Florida.
I can control the world.
This is Joanna with ESPN Northwest Florida. Here is your weather forecast on this Monday morning. As we head into this afternoon and evening, sunshine and a high of 75 with a gentle breeze around 11 miles per hour out of the south. For tonight, mostly clear skies and a low near 62. Tomorrow, slightly foggy in the morning and then some sun and a high around 78. For Wednesday, some clouds and a high of 76. This weather forecast is brought to you by Earthworks of Northwest Florida. Thank you for keeping that dial at ESPN Northwest Florida. Rely on it.
PCB Hobby, the beach's premier hobby store for sports cards, comics, coins, and trading card games. PCB Hobby carries the largest selection of boxes and packs from the latest releases of brands like Topps, Panini, Leaf, and more. Looking for a specific player or team? PCB Hobby has a wide assortment of raw and graded cards. They carry parallel rookie, game used, and autographed cards in both modern and vintage. Have a collection you want to sell? We buy, sell, and trade. PCB Hobby on Back Beach Road, just east of Florida Linen. Call 850-320-8388.
WPLQ Port St. Joe, WGSX Lynn Haven. Powered by Panama City Toyota.
ESPN Northwest Florida.
Thanks for calling Discover. This is Gabby.
Hey, Gabby. It's Jennifer Coolidge. Hi. I'm so glad I reached you at 2 a.m.
Oh, of course. Anyone with a Discover card can call and talk to a real person 24/7. Now, how can I help?
Yeah, I used my Discover card to buy these yellow pleather pajamas, and I'm just not sure I'm pulling them off.
24/7 U.S.-based customer service. It pays to Discover. Limitations apply. Learn more at discover.com/credit card.
It's the Coach James Hale Show.
Bonafide and qualified.
Live and local from the J. Michaels studio.
Certified.
From the Sports Talk Monster. ESPN Northwest Florida.
I say Alabama, you say Bama.
Bama. A little slow.
You're a little bit slow there, Chair.
Rammer jammer.
That's right, baby. Ba-ba, ba-ba. I remember growing up, those cheers going to games. Shorty Price, and they'd be going, I say Alabama, you say Bama. That was pretty cool. I say Barry, you say Bryant. I say Mary, you say Harmon. It was great.
I've got an Alabama-related question.
Okay, good.
That may be obvious and to some, but to me, I don't know.
Yeah.
What is the deal? Why is it an elephant is their
Let me tell you something.
Is there a story behind
There's
that?
never a bad question. You hear me?
Yeah, there's a very good story behind that.
There's never a bad question. I'm trying to tell you something.
I know, but I want to hear
You can
the
learn
story.
more when you listen. If there's never a bad question. If you don't know anything, you ask questions, you learn things. You might learn the wrong things, but you learn things. So never question your question.
Okay.
Never question your question. You're good. Now, the Alabama update.
Where's my answer?
Oh.
You want me to answer him?
Yeah.
It was.
Go ahead.
I forget what game it was. It was a Rose Bowl game, I believe, where Alabama is just whipping the other team. And the radio announcer said that they're running over them like a herd of elephants, and that's where it came from.
You're kidding.
No, not kidding.
How many years ago was that?
It was way back.
1920s.
Way back?
Yeah, 19-something. Yeah, way back.
16-19 when they came
Was it Grantland Wright? It was a big sports writer was on the field. Alabama came to warm up, and they were so big. He said the earth moved as they came running onto the field. It was like a herd of huge elephants coming on. And then, like he said, so that's an
interesting story.
Yeah, obviously
not what I expected.
Yes,
obviously they didn't see any of the Nebraska teams come on the field then because
yeah, 1971 Nebraska team showed Alabama. All right, Alabama spring football game just occurred. It was the only game on ESPN live TV. Alabama drew 72,358 fans to the game, which was one of the biggest in the SEC. But the big daddy was from the Ohio State Buckeyes. They had over 80,000 at their spring football game to go look at the best players money can buy. Anyway, Alabama spring game, I thought it went well. Nick Saban, he was there at the Bryant-Denny where they put the fingerprints and hands of the captains. He was there speaking. He gets up and people there were going crazy. He was there. The new head football board was there, and the players being introduced into that, and they went crazy over Saban. He goes, "Look, I'm one of you now. I used to be a coach. Now I'm just one of you." Everybody goes crazy. He did a great job.
He said it was his first game. First game he watched with Miss Terry.
He said that was interesting.
Yeah, right.
He's like, what the hell is she doing? She's very emotional during the ball game. I've watched her several times. Her and her daughter up there, they would put the camera on them and stuff, and they get into it. There's no doubt about that. But anyway, he also spoke to the team before the game. But Nick Saban was there, and he is still the GOAT. But their offense, I thought, and they got to look at it with open mind. Defensively, they ran their base defense. They didn't stunt. They didn't mix the coverages up, so it was a lot easier on the offensive coordinator when he knows exactly what the defense is doing every time. So the offense is going to look pretty good. You hope so anyway.
Yeah.
When the game first started, the defense looked weak and the offense looked strong. I will say this, 3 things that stuck out to me. I would not switch any of Alabama's 3 running backs. That number 26.
Jam Miller looked awesome.
Number 26. Number 22, Hayes, as good as I told you.
He looked good, too.
But what shocked me was number 25. He is big. He is fast. He might be the best one. He ran over people. He ran around people. He outran people, and he's got good hands. This guy is going to – they got 3 of the best running backs in the country on one team. No wonder the 2 guys left that were starting last year.
Roydo Williams.
One went to the NFL and one transferred out. They knew. I mean, they see it every day at practice. They saw those guys as freshmen. Alabama running back room, they cannot be that many good running backs on any other team in the country. If they are, that's pretty impressive. But number 24, what's number 25's name?
I'll look him up.
Young.
I
think it's Young. This guy's going to be something special. But they got 3 great running backs. Milroe, he showed some improvement in his passing game, but he's still not there yet, Glenn. He's still not there yet. He completed 3 of 9 passes. Simpson looked really good. I thought
he was young.
Yeah, Young's going to be special. I'm telling you. Simpson was 7 of 12, 102 yards. Milroe was 3 of 9, over 100 yards. But some passes were dropped. One thing that did stand out to Bernard, I think his name's Bernard. He transferred from Washington. At Washington, he had over 400 yards rushing. He can fly. He's got great speed. Definitely a deep ball weapon.
He looked good.
He got great speed. Now, when he did catch the ball at Washington, he averaged 12.3 yards per reception, which is outstanding. He's going to help Bama, no doubt about that. He stood out.
Do you have his stats for the spring game?
No.
At all? Okay.
No. Alabama's defense struggled early, and then they rebounded. They played better as the game went on. Again, base defense, base coverage, nothing special. The offense knew exactly what was going on. Here are some question marks about Alabama. This is what I thought, my evaluation of Bama. Running backs, best in the country. Quarterback, not there yet with the kind of scheme that he wants to do where you throw the ball all over the field. And it's not going to be just the deep ball. The mid-range passes across the middle, flats, screens, he does the entire package. He did say something that stood out to me when he was talking to Miro, and they shared it, that he told him, said, look, what made you what you are, this great player, is what you're great at. That's running the football. So it's okay to tuck the ball and run when you think you can make a big play doing that. You don't want to eliminate that. You need to improve on your weaknesses, improve on your drop back passing, but do what you're great at. So I like that. I mean, that tells me he's going to let him run the ball.
Right.
Because I thought he was going to sit in the pocket and throw it.
Then he's dangerous.
Very dangerous. But I'm going to tell you right now, Ty Simpson is right now, to me, the best drop back passer Alabama has.
He looked good.
I've coached a long time. I think he's a better passer right now. Overall ability, Milroe's still the best option. Offensive line, I watched them. They've got to go get some new guys to come in there. Proctor, the big Q, 6'7", 360, All-American freshman. He was not dressed out, but he was on the sidelines. He is back. He will be at Alabama. They're going to probably they got to get some depth up front in the offensive line. I thought the offensive line played pretty well. I think they're not great. I think they're good. Defensive line, I think, is really going to be good. I don't think elite. Inside linebackers have a chance to be really good. Secondary, inside linebackers will be really good. Outside linebackers, I didn't see some stud just jump off the page like we've had last couple of years, so that's wait and see. Secondary, great players, great speed, just very young. Got a lot of guys should be playing high school football right now. They're going to be good, but that scares me somewhat. A good passing team, we could be in trouble. Overall defense, I think, is going to be good. Great, I'm not sure about. Offensively, if they stay healthy up front, offensive line. Wide receivers, we saw some sparks there, but again, they're not playing man coverage. They're in a zone. They do a lot of things, so we got to wait and see on the wide receivers. I think Alabama's a top 10 team. I think they could develop into a really good football team. Their schedule's pretty difficult, so this is going to be an interesting year with the Alabama Crimson Tide. One thing is huge this year, I think, too, after watching Alabama. The week before the Iron Bowl, not having a cupcake, not being off that week, having to play Oklahoma.
Right.
I believe it's at Oklahoma. That's the biggest thing.
Yeah.
One of the biggest things. LSU, we got to go there. They're going to be a much more improved football team. They look good in the spring. Their defense plays. They're always going to have a pretty good offense. They got great athletes there. That's going to be a tough football game. And then all the rest of them we got to play are going to be tough. There's no doubt about that. Wisconsin, we go on the road up there. Probably should win that game, but it's going to be a tough football game. Alabama, I kind of think Alabama, best case, well, I wouldn't say best case, but probably would be a really good case, 10-2. Am I being too hard on them?
No, I think that's a reasonable expectation.
Yeah, with the new coach.
If they're not 10-2, okay, what's going wrong?
Yeah,
because you've got the players.
Yeah. We got to see though. Wait and see. I like the coach. He's a positive guy. They look organized. Coaches get after him. I like what's going on there. When you lose the greatest of all time, I think we replaced him with a really outstanding football coach. I mean, his record's like 102-10 or something. It's like an unbelievable record.
He's 5-0. Against Sarkisian and I'm blanking on the coach out there in Oregon, Lanning. Yeah.
So that's the two they wanted. And he beat both of them.
He's 5-0 against those two.
Yeah. We got a good coach. We're going to have to get off his back, keep your mouth shut, be positive, and let's keep this thing rolling. If not, we can be in trouble. How's recruiting? Recruiting's going pretty good right now. That was a big deal. Can you recruit? Well, it helps when you got the number 1 draft pick and the former Heisman Trophy. Bryce Young was there on the sidelines. That was pretty good. Everybody's wanting to get a piece of him. But Alabama beat out Ohio State and some other schools on this 4-star linebacker 2025 class, Jordan. I forgot, Harmon, I think his name. I can't read this. He's from Georgia. He's from Rome, I think it's Rome, Georgia. He picked Alabama over Ohio State, Clemson, and Tennessee. He's out of Rome, Georgia. He's only 6'1", 215 pounds that can fly. He said Alabama. This is what he said. He said Alabama's where legends are made. Roll Tide.
You talking about Daryl Johnson?
No, this is a different
one. Or the
one.
other one.
Yeah, this is different. This kid is the number 177th overall best player in the country. He's the 23rd best linebacker in the country. And listen to this. You know why Georgia's so good? All these great things this kid's done, he's only the 25th best player in the state of Georgia. Most states, he'd be the best player coming out. He's only the 25th at Georgia. Really good football player. And this is Alabama's 10th player to join the 2025 class. Of the 10 players, 5 or 4 of them are either 5 stars or 4 stars. 7 of them are either 4 or 5 stars. Bet, now this we were talking about Alabama's prediction next year. Bet 365 has Alabama regular season win total over under 9.5. They're plus 900 to win the SEC. They're plus 1,100 to win the national championship. So, Glenn, you want to make some more noise?
My leg is hitting there, my steel rod.
His artificial leg.
Anyway, that's what the champ. What you watched, Bama? What did you think?
I liked what I saw.
Okay.
And the defense. Yeah, they started off slow, but then they picked up towards the end. I mean, you had defensive backs breaking up plays. There was a couple of times where they almost came up with some interceptions. And anyway, I thought the defense, they stiffened up towards the end, and it looked really good. So
now Alabama also. Now this one kid I saw some highlights. This guy is only a 3-star. He will move up. The guy's a freak athlete. He can freaking fly. This guy's gonna be really good. His name's Brooks. He's out of New Jersey. He had listen to this. This is what he did last year. 3,355 yards and 51 touchdowns. He can fly. And he's at some little place in New Jersey, which football is big up there, a lot of population, but not the biggest sport up there. I think he's going to be a big addition to Alabama. Chad, real quick, this is being hard on Bama. This is being kind of hard. I wrote down just some notes. This was after watching the games, and you agree, disagree. Wide receivers, I said just good. Nothing elite. Offensive line?
I think Bernard looked elite to me.
Okay. Offensive line said good, nothing elite.
Yeah.
Quarterback, big question marks with this type of offense.
I think they were above average.
Defensive line, I put just good, nothing special. Inside linebackers could be really good. Secondary, young. That's my comments there.
They started making plays towards the end of it.
So I was too negative.
On the defensive side, though, if they're only running the vanilla defense,
right.
I mean,
there's only so much you can do. But but I liked what I saw towards the end of the number ones scrimmaging.
All right, we got to take a break. Do I do any commercials? Let's go break. Let's talk about some of the great folks we have here, like Dr. Chad. Mr. Chad, what's the best way to get up with you?
Call Orthopedic Associates at 850-785-4344. You can also look me up at chadmitchellmd.com or robotmd.com.
Stevenson Air Conditioning's number one, and we don't thank them for the Alabama update. Local company taking care of locals throughout Northwest Florida. Anytime, day or night, you call Stevenson Air Conditioning. They will be there and solve all issues. They are outstanding. Legendary J. Michael's Restaurant. Today, red beans and rice. Wednesday, world famous J. Michael's Spaghetti. Tuesdays, black beans are outstanding. They got the best seafood, the coldest beer, the legendary J. Michael's Restaurant. All your real estate needs, do what talking about legends. Mark Coward, 30A, one of the biggest realtors out there, selling stuff like you would not believe. On 30A, we all know big money, no mistakes. Everything has to be correct. That's the reason he likes South Oak Title and Closing. Beth Movey, same thing. South Oak, title and closing, number one, and again, offices throughout the Panhandle of Florida. Charlie Corn's new place, it's outstanding. Week specials, you pick out whatever you want, Glenn. Meat, mashed potatoes, whatever. You pick out meatloaf. 3 sides, $11.20. Can't beat that. And then the Friday, Saturday, and Sunday specials are unbelievable. I'm going to start with Sunday. Sunday is unbelievable. Fried chicken, mashed potato, green beans, cream corns, roll in a tea. You can't beat that. Saturday's just as good with the fried shrimp. And then Friday night, Glenn Manley's favorite, fried or grilled fish, baked beans, cheese grits, French fries, rolled in a tea at the legendary Charlie Corn's place on 15th Street.
And throw in some heavenly hash.
Woo, the best you will get anywhere.
Absolutely.
We get back. It's a man's world. Auburn Tigers, a lot going on, but I'm going to talk about some old news at Auburn. Something really impressed me this weekend about the Auburn Tigers. We get back, we'll talk about Cam Newton. 104.3. Julie used to write this song about herself.
It's here. On 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida app version 2.0. Now featuring ultra high fidelity. You'll feel like you're in the game. Plus more opportunities to win weekly prizes from local businesses when you click it to win it. Download the 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida app today at Google Play or the Apple Store.
This is Joanna with ESPN Northwest Florida. Here is your weather forecast on this Monday morning. As we head into this afternoon and evening, sunshine and a high of 75 with a gentle breeze around 11 miles per hour out of the south. For tonight, mostly clear skies and a low near 62. Tomorrow, slightly foggy in the morning and then some sun and a high around 78. For Wednesday, some clouds and a high of 76. This weather forecast is brought to you by Earthworks of Northwest Florida. Thank you for keeping that dial at ESPN Northwest Florida. Rely on it.
Do you use the expensive blue or yellow pills to charge your sex life? Are you thinking about it? What if we can promise you the same results for less than $3 a pill? If you're paying $20 a pill for the other pills, you're getting taken to the cleaners. Our pills deliver the exact same results for less than $3. You'll save more than $16 a pill for the same results. And right now, radio callers will get 44 blue or yellow pills for $120 with free discreet shipping. You can save more than $700 off pharmacy prices. Charge your sex life now and save a ton of money. Call now and get your 44 pills and save over $700 and qualify for free shipping. Stop overpaying and call right now.
Paid for by Steel Man Pills. 800-261-7365. 800-261-7365. 800-261-7365. That's 800-261-7365.
It's the Coach James Hale Show. Live and local from the J. Michael Studio.
A lot more excitement is yet to come.
ESPN Northwest Florida.
Eagle! Hey, Martha, Kenny, James Guam. I saw James Guam. We were playing in Ryan Mobley golf tournament. Saw him in the mansion he has. Beautiful place. Beautiful house. Beautiful wife. Beautiful family. James Guam.
And yeah.
Hey, more eagle, fly down the fair. Why do you give me that look? I'm an Auburn fan, too.
Yeah, right. Okay.
I am.
Except for one day a year.
That's right.
But we do like the Auburn.
Half my family went.
You know, you could, if you wanted to commit anything in Alabama that day. Even the state troopers they're watching the game. So
yeah,
well,
you know what you want. Yeah.
I think this is the way it ought to be. I think you ought to be a fan of both teams until they're playing that day. And
Florida
then,
State, Florida, same way.
We want the region to be successful. We want Florida and Florida State.
Yeah,
all of them. UCF.
Well,
all be successful.
if you hate Florida, but they're undefeated when you beat them, it makes Florida State better. I mean,
yeah,
it makes you
exactly.
Look better. So I'm with you.
We want good competition. We want everybody to be
love your
to
neighbor.
excel. Yeah,
love
there you go.
Love your neighbor.
Be a good sport.
That's just like Wildcat, Louisville, and Kentucky. There,
Yeah, they don't care about anything up there. What are you kidding? All they want to do is moonshine. Who?
We got a caller.
What is that?
Hey, we got a caller.
I said Chris. You got a caller.
Oh, let's take this caller. Good morning. Oh, wait. we got to say that our Auburn update is brought to you by Beef Rub Racing. Okay, good morning.
Morning, Coach. How y'all doing today?
Oh, it couldn't be. Who is this? I couldn't hear.
This is Chris, but I'm the Cincinnati fan, Chris.
Hey, how you doing, buddy? I remember you at a
Doing
Bay Point.
great.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
How's your dad doing?
Hey, he's doing great. They're getting ready to come down here for his birthday, and he enjoys all the fine comforts of the Panhandle more so than Ohio in early to late April.
Yeah, I don't blame him. I hope that I'll get to see him. You tell him I said hello when he gets down here.
Oh, yes, sir. Yes, sir. So, hey, did y'all even mention that Alabama took 2 of 3 from Arkansas over the weekend?
You know what? We didn't. I was going to do my baseball tomorrow, but I'm glad you did say that because Arkansas is the number 1 team in the country.
And they beat them in extra innings to snap their 11-game winning streak. So I thought that would have been, you talked about football the whole time.
It should have been if it was professionally done. We would have.
I'm glad he admitted that.
But as you know, you've listened before.
He's a football coach.
We were hitting on football pretty good today. But you know what? We can drop Auburn and just keep talking Bama. That's fine. Whatever.
Well, no, I just wanted to bring that up because it brought me to my next point is you're only seeing Thursday night games in the SEC for television reasons.
Yeah,
they're the primetime spot for them. So it's crazy. I play college baseball and I'm Friday through Sunday, and now I'm seeing Thursday night games. It's for college baseball players. It's definitely weird, but it's awesome. Your commissioner is the best in sports, and I hate saying that, but the SEC is, when it comes to baseball, is second to none. It's amazing what they can do.
Absolutely.
So,
but you know what? The only thing I'll question you played it. So I'm going to ask you. You played the sport. How do you guys keep your grades up when you're traveling so much? If they're going to be playing all these Thursday night games, because you got to leave Wednesday after practice. I mean, you're missing a lot of school.
It's called having first choice of classes. So you find, obviously you have baseball players that have played before. They know which professors are more lenient towards that, because you got some that aren't willing to accept you leaving. But we played Air Force, and this is completely different. But one of the assistant coaches at Air Force had to proctor tests on the road. He had a stopwatch, and he had an hour and a half for certain players to take tests while they were on the road. Now, that's the service academies, but that's a different level right there.
Wow, that is.
So,
yeah.
A
lot of travel, man. A lot of travel. That's one thing that Sully got at Florida. He wanted them to spend more money on traveling, and I think when he had an opportunity, maybe he'd take another job somewhere else. And this was one of the cheap AD that always wanted to save all the money. I forgot his name. He's a legend. Who was the former athlete? Do you remember?
No.
Anyway, and when you played, did you guys have to take a bus everywhere, or would they fly you guys? How would they do that?
So at the beginning of the year, when we had a couple of really far games, like we flew to play Air Force, we flew to play when we were based out of Dayton. We flew to play Washington State. We drove to the Citadel, which was like a 13-hour drive, and then both of our coaches played at Miami, won a national championship. He was actually UCF's head coach, Greg Lovelady, for a couple of years. We flew to Miami later on in the year, but most of our trips were travel. Whether we traveled from Dayton, Wisconsin, which like 8 to 9 hours, sometimes 10 hours. Dayton to Chicago is like a 6-hour drive. So, yeah, it's mostly driving, but there are some flights.
Chad, to me, that would be hard.
It is hard.
Bus 13 hours and get up and go play baseball.
Or take a test.
Yeah.
He's talking about with the Air Force. Man, that would be hard as a student.
Wow.
Well, what I had to get used to, we'd fly on a Thursday or travel on a Thursday, and we'd get to, like, Ole Miss. We flew all day long, landed in Memphis, drove to Ole Miss, and as soon as we got there, it's like, well, take off your travel stuff. You got to put your pants on. We're going to practice.
Yeah.
So it's just right from the bus to practice sometimes, and you gotta get right into coach. Coach isn't having any excuses. Tell you that.
Right.
Man,
go
you
there
have
and
some
get
mental
ready.
toughness for that. Absolutely.
Well, that's the reason you're successful in life. You learn the discipline you play in sports to get up and do things you really don't want to do when you're tired, wore out. You still got to perform, and that's the reason sports are so great. I would if I have a business, I'm going to hire somebody that has a sports background that's been that, because the other people, the other students, they don't have that. They don't have that discipline to get up and go and be there every second. I just think playing sports is the greatest thing in the world for young people. I really do.
I agree. You know, and you know, you got to figure out the right time when winning means more than developing. You know, because it is about the process for a while, as Coach Saban likes to say. You know, and some point in time, the process becomes winning, but you got to get them having the right tendencies before you expect the perfect results. You know.
Yeah.
So, but anyways, Coach, I got to get to work, but I just want to throw that in there real quick. It was great talking to y'all, and y'all have a great Monday, all right?
You too, buddy. Thanks for calling, man. Tell your dad I said hey.
Sure. I will. All right, thanks.
Chad, and Glenn, you know this too. If you take a male, female, whatever, and they're involved in sports at a young age, middle school, high school, and they stay with it, their grades are better. That's proven. Their records, as far as being disciplinary records, going to principal, getting suspensions and stuff like that, is better. The work ethic is better. It's just all around. They don't get in trouble with the law. This stuff is proven. You don't get in trouble with the law. If you have a daughter and they're involved in sports, less likely to become pregnant before marriage. All these statistics prove being involved in sports is one of the best things you can ever happen to you.
Yeah, to learn how to manage your time, and you know you don't have any time just to sit around. Right. And they have a schedule. The other thing too is what people understand: if your fall sports do really well to start off with, then school runs better. You have more school pride and more people want to do things. So that's a proven thing too. So even if you don't play a sport, get involved in the clubs, get involved in the band. You know, student government, anything you can get involved in with your school, it makes it that much better.
And when they're in elementary school and stuff like that, that's when it starts. You get them involved. We were so busy with our two kids with football, soccer, cheerleading, all these different things. That's great for these kids. They should never have so much downtime where they're bored. And I know it drives parents crazy because they're always on the go and you have time to do anything. But that's what it's all about. If you want your kids to be successful in life, teach them these things at a young age. If it wasn't for college football, it wasn't for football, I'd have done nothing in my life. And football saved me. There's no doubt about that. I wouldn't like my brother. He could do anything. Pilot, he could do anything. My sister, brilliant. Not me. I was the other end. The only reason I went to school because you had to go to play ball. I didn't really care much about school back growing up. But thank God for football. What was that? What finger was that? Well, I'm really off today, and you really are getting frustrated. He's so mean. Take a chill pill, man. Anyway, we didn't get to do our Alabama or Auburn update. We might come back and do that in a minute. Yep. All right, let's talk about some of the great people we have. Beef O'Brady's Lynn Haven. Appreciate the sponsoring the Auburn update that we didn't do. Beef O'Brady's, go have a great lunch today. They always got specials, but Wednesday's a big one at Beef O'Brady's in Lynn Haven. 10 big old wings and a side for $9.99. You cannot beat that. Great atmosphere, unbelievable food. Beef O'Brady's in Lynn Haven. And Pat does I will say this, he does a great job. Pat Perner does a great job, City Commissioner of Lynn Haven. We're lucky to have him. Wonderful man, great man. Kind of like the guy sitting beside me right here. Not that one, this one. Also, Turpo Pest Control. You want your yard to look absolutely gorgeous? Pat can make it happen. Give him a call. His group will come out. That yard look absolutely beautiful. Turpo Pest Control. Paparazzi Pizza. You love pizza. There's only one place to go. That is Paparazzi. 3 restaurants in one. Now the Glen, they got a bar there now. The Glen Manley Bar is there now. It's incredible.
Well, that's what I need, another bar to go to.
Yeah. Bar you in, bar you out.
That's right.
Paparazzi, go check it out. You'll love it. Right here on Thomas Drive on beautiful Panama City. Max Fit Sports Nutrition. Do you want to look better, feel better? Jason Kovalevsky can make that happen for you. Dr. Ward, love you. You can listen to him every Wednesday, 7:30, right here on ESPN in Northwest Florida. 1 in 5 develop skin cancer. If it doesn't look right, feel right, there's offices throughout the Panhandle of Florida. No excuses. Go see Dr. Ward. And the legendary 25-year man right here beside us today. Chad, if we want to see you, we don't have to be a great athlete, do we?
No.
What do we got to do to get up with you?
You got to be injured.
Call us at Orthopedic Associates.
We can make that happen.
Call us at Orthopedic Associates, 850-785-4344. You can also look me up at chadmitchellmd.com or robotmd.com.
You can look on Facebook.
Yeah, anywhere.
Right. There you go. Play it, baby. I don't care. We'll be right back. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
About your past. I just want
ESPN Northwest Florida presents
Wrestling Against Cancer, number 9.
Saturday, April 27th at Bay Haven Charter Academy. In the main event, it's a tag team showdown with Exodus versus Mike Steele and Mr. 850. Then, Kelly Mann and Kelly Clark in the Wrestling Against Cancer Championship bout. Plus, exciting women's wrestling. Doors open at 5:30. Bell time 6:30.
More information, ESPNPC.com.
Attention homeowners, are you dreaming of a backyard oasis? Look no further than S&R Fencing, your go-to destination for quality outdoor transformations. At S&R, they specialize in crafting custom fences, decks, retainer walls, and all exterior construction that not only enhances the beauty of your home, but also stands the test of time. Their experienced team takes pride in delivering top-notch craftsmanship with a personal touch. S&R Fencing, locally owned, licensed, and insured, and a member of the BBB.
The road is yours, so let your spring adventures begin and discover the new Kia at Bill Bird Kia. Stop by today and check out our 2024 SUV family and take a test drive. See all the new features that elevate any adventure. Now offering 4.75% APR for up to 48 months on the purchase of a new 2024 Kia Sorento EX. You'll get that rugged good look with luxury and the perfect balance of comfort, safety, and technology. Bill Bird Kia, the home of the 20-year, 200,000-mile warranty. Stop by anytime and see us at 2435 East 15th Street or anytime at BillBirdKia.PanamaCity.com. We'll give you the peace of mind that you can trust.
Offer from Kia Finance America for the purchase of a new 2024 Kia Sorento EX with $22.94 per month per 1,000 finance in 48 months. Quality is limited. No down payment required. Cannot be combined with other finance offers. The 20-year, 200,000-mile warranty is a Bill Bird Kia warranty. See dealer for complete details. Offer for well-qualified buyers. Must take delivery from dealer stock through 4/30/24.
He's a beacon of light to many and an inspiration to all.
These men need inspiration.
Now back to the Coach James Hale Show inside the J. Michaels studio.
They're motivated by Vicodin and road skank.
ESPN Northwest Florida.
Warriors Dodgers. And welcome back. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida. Auburn update brought to you by Bufro's Lynn Haven. I'm going to get this Auburn stuff in here now. It's going to take me a while to do it. Heisman Trophy winner, national championship winner, unbelievable, came from outer space, Cam Newton. The guy was incredible at Auburn.
He was.
He alleges that Dan Mullins, this was pretty interesting, Dan Mullins set off the rumors for pay to play when he was at Mississippi State. What happened? The NCAA came in and did the investigation. He was doing an interview with Shannon Sharp, and I shared this as a really great interview. I have a little bit more respect for Cam.
He's a fashion expert now.
Oh, my God. Cam was the overall first pick. He said Dan Mullen was behind the rumors of the $180,000 to $200,000, and he leaked it to the NCAA. Mississippi State was going to pay him $180,000, but Auburn supposedly paid more, close to $200,000, to get him to come play at the Auburn Tigers. Dan wanted him here. Dan wanted me to stay at Mississippi State and play there. And also, when I was at Florida, even think about it, when I was at Florida, he didn't even play me. Mississippi State, he goes, Mississippi State only had 3 or 4 players coming back. He said Auburn had 22 seniors coming back. So if you're playing, where do you think I'm going to go? I'm going to go to Auburn. They're going to win. Yeah. Their coaches were selling that. It's time for us to win here. Dan was bitter. He even thought that, why didn't he play me in Florida? Cam said it was Dan and his wife. And you remember his wife? They did a story on her. She was on TV. She is really involved, makes some cookies. She hugs and kisses them all, and they get on the bus, get off the bus. She's really involved with his career, really involved with the players. And she goes, Dan and his wife were the sources who leaked to the media, national media, that Cam wanted to play for pay. But it was pretty cool. He said they're the ones also with the story about his brother, his dad, Cecil, his dad. that his dad was behind all this stuff. He goes, that is not true. Absolutely, that's not true. This big money. He goes, where is $180,000, $200,000 where I came from? How can we hide that? You saw the neighborhood I came from and saw what the backgrounds of our family. They said, where's the money? Where do we spend it at? Where's this money at? And he started saying all these things. I started thinking, he might be telling us. Anyway, Cam, I never was paid to play. I never was paid to play. I went to Auburn because he could win at Auburn. And what did he do? He won. Dan was bitter because I went to Auburn, bottom line. The NCAA, they come in, they doing everything. It was crazy. But the conclusion from the NCAA, Cecil Newton and former Mississippi State player Kenny Rogers sought 6 figures for Cam to come and play at Mississippi State or the Auburn situation. Auburn was cleared, no proof. Auburn was clear, no proof this was ever happened. They looked at my bank or our family's bank accounts. They looked at the IRS statements, phone and email records. They looked at everything. And guess what? They didn't come up with anything. He said, my dad took all the heat from me. They told me that this Heisman ceremony, my dad, Cecil, could not come. My dad was the one that set me straight. My dad helped me become a good man. He was the one always telling me, you can't do this, you can't do that, you got to be a good man. My dad was the backbone, and my dad couldn't even come to that. My dad was crucified, and he did nothing, absolutely nothing. It was a really good article. He said it was hard for him his senior year at Auburn. He said they started playing these songs when I walk in the stadium. The fans, you know how SEC fans can be hard on people. He said, but I remember the Alabama game, they played Son of a Preacher Man, Show Me the Money, all kind of stuff. all kind of stuff. He goes, I remember that. And he also remembers coming back and beating Alabama when Alabama was up like 20-something points. So you listen to all these things Cam said, and what really stood out to me when NCAA came and looked at all these, seriously, what did you do with the money? I mean, what if he did get $180,000, $200,000, how could they have hidden it from the IRS?
Right, especially since they went through all the bank records.
Yeah, did they give him $180,000?
But that's good to know. That gives us insight into that they didn't just look at it from an external point. They actually went internally and looked at their bank accounts, all those kind of things.
His dad was a preacher.
Evidence. Yeah,
he said my dad kept me out of trouble. My dad was always behind me. You got to be a man. You got to do the right thing. You can't do this. So you can't be doing it. When I screw up, he goes, you can't be doing it, son. And then for him to be just villainified that he was the bad guy. That is so bunch of crap. And he said, I don't think he'll ever give anything to the Heisman committee. He said, give him back to Auburn, but giving anything to them, he had no part of that. I get that. And you remember that? I wondered, too, why his dad wasn't there. And that made it seem like it was really true.
Right.
And back then, we all, be honest, did you believe it back when it all happened that he did take the money?
No, because we hid the money in the backyard in the dirt, and then you just spend it little at a time.
Glenn knew. He took. Did you think it was true?
No, I didn't, because like he said, how do it wasn't like he lived in a mansion, and things like that. So if they go through the records, you got to find it. Really and truly couldn't even run it through the church because they go through all those records, but I don't think it happened.
It's called a McDonald's bag with cash.
Chad just goes, you haven't been to my church.
That's right.
Listen to this.
Burger King. We just spread around Burger King, Wendy's, I don't. I really and truly, that would be hard to hide.
It would be very hard to hide.
Right.
Well, you need to go, you can pull it up as Cam Newton's interview with Shannon Sharp.
I saw part of it last night.
It's really, really good. And you're right. He dresses like Glenn does. His hair's like Glenn's. His shoes are like Glenn's.
Yeah, my hair. Yeah.
Glenn's his mini-me.
That's right.
Anyway. All right. You had mentioned something about Dabo.
Oh, yeah. Clemson had a very disappointing spring game, what I'm hearing. Now, obviously, I wasn't there, but I've read from sources that their quarterback play was disappointing, that they really don't have a standout. They really don't have a quarterback that looks like that they're going to be, competing on the, the top 25 level. So anyway, I think it's real disappointing right now for Clemson fans. They've been, the way too early predictions are is that Clemson's coming back, but I'm not so sure based on what I'm hearing about the spring game.
Yeah, they kind of done, since they won so many in a 5 or 6 year period or whatever, they've just kind of, you're still up there because of what you've done in the past.
Yeah, right. I think, Dabo, as much as I like Dabo Swinney, I do, but he's been kind of stubborn about the whole transfer portal and things that are going on, and he's going to have to change that whole mentality.
All right, let's take a break. We get back, we'll finish up with two legends here, Hall of Famer Glenn Manley and hopefully Hall of Famer Chad Mitchell, 25 years taking care of Bay County athletes.
He's in his Hall of Fame. I see it on the wall when you go into his office.
Well, I just hope Jerry Richards listening, because Jerry he's been involved in this school district, Bay County, it seems like 50 years now. And we got to recognize Tommy Santamont, what he's done. And people that do great things for Bay County should be recognized like most of these other counties in the state.
I watched Tommy Santamont mowing the grass at the church, the school. But no, the school. What's the downtown office? Balboa office. I watched him one day Sunday. Yeah. On a Sunday, mowing the grass out there, getting it done.
I threw an empty Dr. Pepper can at him one time, and he was doing it. Seriously. Yeah, he works hard. Good man.
That's how Glenn they became best friends.
Glenn Manley. How many years altogether in Bay County for you?
38 as far as,
38 years. Yeah. Unbelievable.
As far as, teaching and coaching. Yeah.
Unbelievable. They kept him 38 years. Anyway, let's talk about some of our great sponsors.
Well, you tried to get rid of me in 2000, so.
J. Michael's Restaurant. It is the best seafood, the best beer, legendary. J. Michael's Restaurant on Thomas Drive. El Rodeo Tequila Bar and Grill. You love Mexican food. It's outstanding. Right across the street from the Navy base. Buy one, get one free on happy hour. Margaritas, draft beer, you can't beat it. And they got lunch specials every day, too. It's outstanding. El Rodeo Tequila Bar and Grill. Rudy's Barbecue, Bay High School uses them a lot to cater. Glenn uses them a lot. Tommy uses them a lot during Thanksgiving and Christmas, buying turkey and ham from them. They do a great job. The Lorelei Layton Room in the back is outstanding. Have a party there. Rudy's Barbecue, breakfast, lunch, and dinner on Bat Beach Road. Outstanding food, outstanding people that work there. Jason Kovaleski's there all the time. Also, Dr. Chad Mitchell right here. Get hurt anytime. Go see Chad. Just make an appointment. You don't have to be a Glenn Manley. You don't have to be a Wildcat. You can be just a common guy like me and make an appointment. He'll take care of you. Dr. Ward, 1 in 5 develop skin cancer. If it doesn't look right, feel right. Call Dr. Ward. Make an appointment. Go see him. 5 minutes can save your life. And we'll be right back. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
ESPN Northwest Florida. Here's what's happening.
Hi, this is Jack Patterson inviting everyone out for a night of exciting professional wrestling. It's Wrestling Against Cancer, number 9, Saturday, April 27th at Bay Haven Charter Academy. Tickets are still just $12. Ages 6 to 17 only, $8. 500 get in free. Proceeds go to 16-year-old Jaden for medical expenses. The Wrestling Against Cancer, number 9. More info at ESPNPC.com.
This is Joanna with ESPN Northwest Florida. Here is your weather forecast on this Monday morning. As we head into this afternoon and evening, sunshine and a high of 75 with a gentle breeze around 11 miles per hour out of the south. For tonight, mostly clear skies and a low near 62. Tomorrow, slightly foggy in the morning and then some sun and a high around 78. For Wednesday, some clouds and a high of 76. This weather forecast is brought to you by Earthworks of Northwest Florida. Thank you for keeping that dial at ESPN Northwest Florida. Rely on it.
Golf is a game that should be fun, but to have the most fun, you need to play your best. That's where the experts at Golf Plus come in. Their friendly staff will guide you through the buying process, answer all your questions, and can help with any repairs you need along the way. Golf Plus is your custom fitting, club repair, and golf retail shop. Golf Plus staff is non-commissioned and will work with you to find the best product for your game, just like they've been doing since 1988. Golf Plus in Dothan and Panama City Beach. Fitting, repair, retail. That's Golf Plus.
Hi, I'm Tracy, your diamond girl at Tracy's Fine Jewelry. Shopping for the perfect diamond can be difficult, but that's why I've trained my staff to be helpful and to offer you a stress-free diamond experience. Pick your sparkle and use our easy layaway plan. Every woman deserves an exquisite diamond from your diamond girl at Tracy's Fine Jewelry. We don't work on commissions.
We work for smiles and I-dos.
So if you're tired of high-pressure salespeople, stop by and see us today at Tracy's Fine Jewelry.
If your neighbor, employer, or grandmother were traumatized by comments made on the Coach James Hale Show.
One thing, people aren't saying a whole lot about him. I'll probably get in trouble.
But just wanted to take this moment to say, get bent. We're live from the J. Michael Studio, ESPN Northwest Florida.
We're not going to back down. No, ever. Not. Forget it. Woo! 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida. Good thing I'm not talking about politics. There's a lot to talk about, but I'm not.
Yeah,
I'm
right.
Keep my mouth shut. Not going to say what. I just found it, Glenn. It just popped up. This is some sad news right here. Really extremely sad news. Legendary, a true legend, former Alabama head quarterback Steve Sloan has passed away. 79 years old, and it's not letting me see it. Good God. Not letting me pull it up, Glenn. But anyway, he was the head football coach at Ole Miss. Matter of fact, he was the head football coach at Ole Miss when I played at Southern Mississippi. We played him in Jackson, Mississippi, and they beat us that night. And they kicked a field goal at the end of the game to beat us. And I remember him as a player, great player. Coach Bryant loved him. He was a good, big-time Christian man. And wasn't he the athletic director at Alabama also?
I think he was for a while, yeah.
Yeah. He was the backup for Joe Namath.
Yeah, that's what's pretty cool. Man, how would you like to be the backup for Joe Namath at Bama? That'd be awesome. And then he comes back and wins the national championship.
Think of the quarterbacks they had back when he was there. You had Joe Namath, Kenny Stabler, and then Sloan. But he had passed away. Glenn, did it say how he died? Because it's not pulling up.
I'm not seeing how.
No, passed away at age 79. 79 years old. Steve Sloan no longer with us. That's sad. We got a phone call. Oh, that's sad to me.
It just says he was in memory care in Orlando, Florida, is what I'm getting.
Okay.
Yeah.
This is hard.
Yep.
One day I'll tell you the story when we played Southern Mississippi at Ole Miss in Jackson, Mississippi. When he was the head football coach, he ran off the field. He ran on the field, was upset with the officials. I remember seeing this. And the cord stopped. And the headsets didn't pop off for whatever reason. And he about broke his neck. It was. They showed a picture of it in the paper. It was crazy when he played him. But anyway, that's sad. And it brings me to Ole Miss. Glenn and I talked about this earlier, and I don't like it. Lane Kiffin does some weird stuff.
Oh man, let's talk about Lane.
This is what the Ole Miss Rebels did. I guess they didn't want to get anybody injured. Now, they have been some people injured during the spring football this past weekend. They had some bad injuries in different schools.
Lane Kiffin knows it's not going to get any better than what he's got right now.
Well, their spring football game, this is what they did. Number one, they had a dunking contest where football players would dunk, and they were rated on how they dunked.
Oh, wait a minute. Now, that's open for injury right there.
They had a tug-of-war contest out in the Hemingway Field Stadium, pulling the ropes from one side to the other, and had a winner.
Still got my popcorn.
They did all kind of different little things like that. Then they had a little bit of 7-on-7, and that was their spring football game. No, he's right. No one got hurt. But I'll be honest with you, I think it's a slap in the face college football. I just remember back in the day, Glenn, the spring game, we were glad to play it. We divided up. We'd put the first offense and first offense and second defense together was a team, and then the thirds. On the other team, it would be the first offense and second defense as a team, and he went against each other. Everybody played, threes against threes played, and the walk-ons and the fourth and whatever. And it was a big deal. Now, the first team guys didn't play that much. They played a little bit, maybe a quarter, get them out. In the second half, I think it was a running clock. But the first two, really mainly back then, it was still 15 minutes. As the years went by, they changed it where they'd have a running clock during spring football, and they would have quick whistles. The quarterbacks would not get hit in some scrimmages, but if you're an option team, your quarterbacks got hit. Saban changed it back when he first got to Alabama, they wouldn't hit the quarterbacks in spring games, not to get them hurt. But it's still football. What are we doing? It's football. You can get hurt walking across the parking lot. Now we got them playing basketball where you can get hurt. You can hurt an ankle doing that.
There's a lot of ACL injuries in basketball, just so you know.
Tug of war. They didn't even play a spring game. They weren't even full pads. They didn't do it. It was like, is this what we're coming to now? We're going to not get anybody hurt. I don't like it. That's just me. I'm old school.
All right. So it's Lane Kiffin. So let's think a minute.
Attention grabber.
One, that's part of it. And the second thing is, I think he knows he's got a really good team, and I think he doesn't want to show it.
They do.
I think he wants everybody to be in the dark going into the fall. That's what I think.
We got a call. Let's take a call. Good morning.
Good morning, guys. This is Rob. How are y'all?
Hey, Rob. Hey, Robbie. Hey, baby.
Hey, since we're talking about injuries, I want to ask while we have the great Dr. Mitchell in there. All these shoulder injuries and all the pitchers in the Major League Baseball. I know y'all don't like to talk about baseball, but let's talk about it for a second.
I resent that.
But he doesn't deny it.
To me, I don't understand how they can blame the pitch clock on the injuries. That to me is just
it's not the pitch
but
clock.
Tell me what you think about this now, because Trey and I were talking about it, my son, and he's an umpire and all that sort of stuff in college and stuff. He said, now you're checking all these pitchers when they're coming on and off the field for a stickle, right? Well, now they can't have any type of a grip assistance, so they're trying to throw that ball and get the rotation so much harder and putting so much more force on their shoulders. Could this be causing all the injuries that they're talking about?
It's certainly something to think about.
You don't hear anybody saying.
Yeah. I'd like to, the way to handle that would be to talk to several pitchers. If I covered a major league team, I think that's who I'd be asking first. Okay, what do you do? What are you doing different? It's about technique usually. Now, don't get me wrong. I mean, these pros, they're throwing with really high velocity, and they're getting paid for this, so they're willing to do whatever they need to do, even suffer injuries to try to, make the money they're making. But
right, and
a lot of times,
talk about the revolutions. The RPMs from a major league pitcher is a little over 3,000 RPM rotations and stuff.
What I would say with our younger listeners listening in would be, it's technique, and lower body and core. With throwing the baseball, yes, you've got to put some spin on that ball for certain, breaking pitches, but your core and your lower body strength is huge in generating that velocity, and you want to make sure you're using that, not just your arm.
And watch these guys when they're throwing, even in college and in the pros, they're just falling off of the mound. They have no control. They're throwing so hard.
Yep.
They're just
throwing their body
off.
weight. Yep.
Hey, Rob, we got about a minute and a half. I want to ask you real quick. I don't like what's going on in college football. They don't play in bowl games now unless it's a playoff game. They're going to sit out. They don't want to play because of injuries. And now we got Ole Miss head football coach, spring football games, not even a spring football game, I guess. I don't know if it's because he's scared of injuries or what, but what's your take on that?
Well, I mean, they haven't been really playing, football games in the spring for years. They don't even let a lot of their offensive linemen don't really even practice, in the spring, because they're worried that they're going to blow a knee and stuff like that. So to me, let's just do the spring game, go 7-on-7 or something like that, have the fans come in and just have it, a media day, and everybody gets to go out on the field and meet the players and all that sort of stuff.
See, I'm totally against that. If you playing ball, this is what you do. Here's how the game's played. Let's go play the game.
I understand that, and you're having your scrimmages during, there are 2 or 3 scrimmages.
How do you get them ready? How do you get them ready if you don't practice and play?
What are you getting ready for? Right. What are you getting them ready for the last day of spring? You're going out there and playing a full game.
If we're worried about getting hurt, why don't we even have spring football? Eliminate spring football.
To look at your younger guys to get them some reps together.
You got to look at it. You got to look at them play in game-like situations.
The kickers are the toughest guys out there. We have to go out there. We have to go out there no matter what and do it. So.
How much time we got?
The kickers are wearing shorts now.
Hey, Rob, have a great day.
Hey, Rob.
Chad, hope you have a great weekend. Glenn, I'll see you Wednesday. Thank you guys so much for listening. Wildcat, I hope your ankles get better. Bless your heart. You did a great job today. We hope all of you have an outstanding day. Keep it right here. Ryan Movie's got a great show from 11 to 1. David and the Underdogs 4 to 6, and we got the Mouth of the South from then on from 6 to about 10, I believe. We're out. 104.3 ESPN, Northwest Florida. Be positive. Be safe.
ESPN Northwest Florida is taking you on the ultimate road trip to see the Orlando Magic. Is this Connie Sisk?
Yes.
Congratulations, Connie. You won the Holland Hearts ESPN Northwest Florida Magic Express.
Oh, okay, cool.
Are you ready for a trip of a lifetime?
Yeah, well, at least my husband is anyway.